Just got a fun comment on my Facebook page, and I just had to make a video for you guys about it. And it's a great demonstration of the crabs in a bucket mentality. It was the one that I was telling you guys about as to why you see a lot of particularly older producers and musicians that want to kind of crap all over people's dreams and tell them to not pursue it, and it's too hard, and they're just the odds of success are too stacked against you. You shouldn't go forward. So I have to just go through this comment thread that I just did. I'm not going to share the person's name or anything like that, but I'm just going to demonstrate to you why this always bothers me and why I want to make sure you guys understand the positive side of this, and so you understand the mentality. And when you start to see people giving you this kind of attitude or giving you this pushback in your licensing career, to probably start to distance yourself from them in a significant way if you possibly can. Hopefully it's not somebody that you live with, but this is an absolutely just toxic point of view and a toxic mindset that's not going to lead you to anything good in life, okay? So this person commented on one of my videos. I was basically talking about how a new coming producer can essentially get involved in the sync licensing industry and eventually turn this into full-time income if you really want to work hard. And as you guys know, I don't sort of mislead people and say, and it's going to be super easy, and within a couple of weeks you're going to have thousands of dollars coming in and you can quit your job after a couple of months. I've never said anything like that, okay? I've always told you guys and tried to tell it to you very straight in terms of it takes a long time. It can take months, years to start to see some income. And if you want this to become full-time income, it's about that consistency, that hard work of consistently cranking out great music and partnering with great libraries, okay? I've said that a million times. You guys, if you're new to the channel, now you know, but most of you guys have been around for a while, so you guys know that that's my philosophy, and that's what it took for me to get to this point in my career, okay? But on this particular video, this person commented, it's still a long shot. Everybody has a home studio these days. So basically what I was saying in the video is that, the marketplace for music is very saturated because, as you guys know, thousands, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands or millions of producers and artists out there are all trying to get the attention of the public. But the cool thing about sync licensing is you can just say goodbye to all of that competition out there and just go directly partner with music libraries who probably for the most part work with maybe 20 to 50 producers on their roster. And all you really need to do is make sure that you're serving their needs, one company, and they'll tell you most of the time what they want and what's really going to work for them, as opposed to when you go to the public, you kind of have to, it's a crapshoot. You throw some music out there, you hope people like it, you hope people find it, and more importantly, you hope people somehow financially support you so you can keep doing that, okay? So there's a lot more guesswork when it comes to submitting music out there to try to gather a fan base, right? But of course, my response, the first one I had to say was, well, could you name one thing that's worth attaining that's extremely easy, right? Because obviously it's very, everybody knows that if it's something that's worth getting, it's not going to be easy because everybody would have it and then it wouldn't be so special anymore. So of course, I've never told you guys that this is going to be easy and that you just literally sit down and make a couple of beats and you got full-time income. So I'm just challenging this person, like, if you thought this was easy, like maybe you didn't watch the video above, because that's not what I'm talking about here. So he responds and says, nothing comes easy, but you have to look at your odds. Okay, just keep that in mind. Believe me, I was in the music business and I know the games and things that happen in that game. This is very misleading. Even with the context to high-level execs, it's tough. Been there and done that, okay? And don't take people for a ride. So he's accusing me of misleading producers and new-coming musicians, people that want to get involved in sync licensing, because I tell them that it's possible to do this, right? Don't say that it's easy. Don't say that it's going to happen overnight. In fact, I always say that in all of my videos. If you're a get-rich-quick kind of a person or you expect results immediately, close out this video. This is just not going to be an industry that you're going to want to work with. This is about consistency and long-term patience, okay? So he's calling me misleading for basically telling people the truth, which is that it's possible, absolutely, but it is going to be hard and it's going to take a long time to get to the point where this is your full-time gig. And in his comment, even though he didn't say this, the way that I interpreted what he's saying in his comment is basically that you have to look at your odds, meaning that it's basically virtually impossible. Even with contacts at high-level execs, it's tough, been there and done that. So I don't know what his point is other than to maybe tell other producers, don't go for it because it's too hard. Your chances of success are so small. Don't even do it. Not even worth it. In fact, anybody telling you that it is possible is misleading you. The way that I see it is that he's the only one misleading anybody here, because I'm telling you that it's possible, absolutely, with a lot of work. with a lot of persistence and a lot of patience and some guidance. I really do believe that. I think you should go follow and listen to people. It doesn't necessarily have to be me, but go follow in the footsteps of somebody that's done this before so that you don't have to make a bunch of potentially career-ending mistakes like I nearly did many years ago when I got started. So you don't have to make the same mistakes that a lot of people before you have made. And so I'm telling you, absolutely possible, going to take a lot of work. This person, and a lot of people like him, it's not about him, but it's just about this mentality that's out there, is don't go for it. Too hard. Odds of success are stacked against you. It's too saturated. It's too many people out there. Don't even go for it. Which one of those is misleading you? Because one of them is absolutely giving you the straight, honest path forward, that it's not going to be for all producers and all musicians, and it's not going to come quickly. It's going to take a lot of work. The other one's telling you it's going to take a lot of work. You know, it's very hard to do this, so don't even get started. It's not even worth your time. The odds of success are too stacked against you. Don't even go for it. Only one of those is pushing you off the path, okay? And I believe that is actually the misleading story here, the misleading advice that's being given by this person. I know this person won't ever accept that, doesn't see my point of view, and we're never going to be able to probably connect on anything like that. And that's okay. There are definitely, I've now been educating producers and musicians for over 3 years now. I just know that there are some people that they don't have ears to hear what I'm saying, and for whatever reason, it has nothing to do with me. I never really take it personally, because this person might have had some really bad situations happen to them. They got burned, they got screwed on a deal, they really hustled, their strategy just didn't work out, it didn't turn into full-time income. They might have had some great contacts, but it just really didn't develop for whatever reason. Could have been their music, could have been a business strategy. Who knows, right? I have no idea, right? And most producers and musicians themselves don't even really know the real story as to why they didn't get to where they wanted to be in the music business. So my job is not to try to figure any of that stuff out. My job is just to basically broadcast this message to all of you that are interested and have ears to hear. You've heard something about sync licensing, or maybe you're brand new to it. You see my strategy and what I'm putting out there. It's common sense, guys. This is not a rocket science. Oh my gosh, this secret formula. You know, you guys have known that is not what I'm talking about here. It's persistence, it's consistency, it's producing high quality music and becoming a service member of the libraries that you can directly partner with. These are not, people think of it as maybe there's these major labels out there and they don't accept demo submissions and you can't partner with them. That's not what's happening in this business. These libraries and these publishers in this industry desperately need you. They desperately need to partner with high quality and consistent producers to boost up the quality of the music in their catalog that they can serve to their clients. So it's absolutely possible, okay? But of course, again, for the millionth time, again, not easy. Definitely not easy. Definitely for a small percentage of producers out there that have that consistency, that can stick with it. And now that I've been teaching for this many years, I've seen countless producers that get excited for a couple of months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. They're on fire. They're cranking out tracks. They're partnering with libraries. But because they didn't immediately see that payday, they're gone. I don't see much going on with them anymore. They just sort of bail out and go away. So I hate seeing that. I really do. And I wanted to create a platform here with my channel to give you guys at least twice a week. By the way, do subscribe down there. Hit like. I do appreciate that. Why I put out videos consistently, constantly, so that there's always an invigoration of a community here for you to tap into and plug into and kind of connect and leave me comments, and we can interact with each other that way. So you can feel that there's a sense of you're not the only one doing this. You're not the only crazy person out there that's going for this, right? There are hundreds or thousands of producers out there that are going for this as well. And so that's what I really wanted to create here with this channel, and obviously with Sync Academy online, is just to have that community where everybody can get together and sort of we can reassure each other, hey, you're not crazy. You're following a really proven and great strategy. But this is why so few producers can stick it out for the long run, because it's not easy. So, word to the wise, if you come across somebody like this, giving you the crabs in the bucket thing, trying to pull you back down out of the bucket because you're trying to get out of there, leave them behind. I'm just being honest with you. Just, you can even be polite about it, like, oh, thanks for your advice. I'll consider that. But just push it out of your mind. Just move forward with your goals. You got one life, one shot at it. This person, whoever it is that's giving you that crab in a bucket stuff, they're not going to be with you for the rest of your life inside of your head, dealing with having regrets of not going for your actual music career goals, whatever you wanted to do. They're not going to be there at the end of the day when you're laying there at night in your bed thinking like, man, I wonder if I should be doing more with my music career. I wonder if I should be working a little bit harder, or putting a more of a consistent schedule in place, or just doing something to really understand how to get better at the sync licensing game. They're not there with you in your brain, okay? They're just projecting their own prejudices and history and stories that they've had built up in their heads onto you, and they're trying to pull you down and say, don't go for it. So let me just say right here, don't let them mislead you. That is a misleading thing to do to you, okay? So hopefully after you watch this video, you will not fall prey to that, and you will politely, or maybe even impolitely, you make the call, tell them to kick rocks, and that you're no longer interested in that kind of advice. So thank you guys so much. Please leave your comments below if you guys ever dealt with this in your careers. I'd love to hear your stories.